My name is Ben Shiver. I'm the Cary Town Manager, and I want to take this opportunity to welcome everyone to the future home of Cary's most southern park. And I can't tell you personally how excited I am to be breaking ground on one of our community investment bond parks and recreation project, a referendum that was held in 2012 and was supported by 70% of Cary voters. And I know the council is equally happy to have this project moving forward. Along with many of our neighbors and community friends, I see we have Mayor Harold Weinbrecht, Council members Jack Smith, of course, Gail Adcock, Ed Urha, and Lori Bush joining us here today, as well as numerous contractors, and project construction team members. And I know Marty Thompson is here. I saw him earlier, so I'm going to point him out. He's the low bid on this project, and he'll be on this site quite a bit for the next year or so. So thank you, Marty, and to all the other contractors who are here. And I may not know you, so I can't point you out. It means so much, and I convey this from me as well as the council, to have each and every one of you here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. So we thank you very much. We are here today as a result of years, yes, years of hard work and planning. Now, before I walk to the podium, Doug McRaney, our Parks and Recreation Cultural Resources Director, told me it was 1999 when he first walked this property with the Bartley family. And that's been a while back, so you know how long we have been working on this project. But not only that, Doug told me this view shed through here was entirely clear. There were no trees or anything on this property. It's changed quite a bit since that time. In one more year, the vision of many will transform these 50 acres into a unique play space for children, adults, and even our furry family members. Undoubtedly, it will be an attractive destination in southwestern Wake County, and we wouldn't be here on the verge of something new and exciting without your help and support. Many of you out here today, certainly the council, and we're very grateful for that help and support that we have received. I hesitate to think of anyone more supportive of this park than our council members. So at this time, I would like to invite Mayor Harold Weinbrecht to say a few words on behalf of the Cary Town Council.
Thank you, Ben. And good afternoon to everyone for this new endeavor for the town of Cary. And on behalf of the 150,000 residents we now have living in Cary, we want to thank you for investing in this and being here to celebrate with us in this new endeavor. As Ben mentioned, this will be our southernmost park. This 58-acre site is envisioned to be incredibly unique. Outside the usual playground, picnic shelter, greenways, which are always wonderful at parks, here we're going to have a climbing wall. We're going to have the town's second dog park and our first spray ground, which would be I'm feeling like I could use a spray ground right now. So it's a little warm, but it would be great in the summer. I do want to take a moment to thank our contractor, J.M. Thompson, for being here, and Surface 678, who is the design consultants who've worked with staff over the years to help to get us to where we are today. And in addition, I want to thank public artist William Moore out of Pittsburgh. I haven't met you yet, so I don't know who you are. If you're here, raise your hand. Not here? Not now. Okay. He's got his sheep on display. If you haven't seen the plans, you got to figure out where they're going to go and how that's all involved. But this, of course, would not be possible without all of these parties working together and without the support of the Cary voters, as been mentioned, 70% in favor of these community bonds, which helped bring us to today. Through our through our notes and correspondence with the Bartleys, it was clear that the original property owners wanted to keep this place green and open as much as possible. And so we're proud to honor those wishes in the plans for this park, and they're captured in this park. There's one additional level of historic preservation that's going to happen at this park. At our regular meeting earlier this month, the council unanimously approved this park to be named Jack Smith Park. Jack Smith is the longest serving council member and has served the council for over 2 decades. He's preserved and protected all we know and love in the town of Cary. He's always put his community and the citizens first. His service is nothing short of a small sacrifice, and it's without hesitation that I can say confidently that our community is better for all Jack has done. Now, personally to me and probably to other council members, Jack is the heart and soul of this council. We kid him about his age a lot, but he is like the father to this council. He has a lot of wisdom that he's acquired in a quarter of a century that he shares. He'll come up to me and say, Harold, I got this gut feeling, and let me tell you what I heard. And he's always right, so you need to listen to Jack. But it's been an honor, a privilege, and a blessing not only to serve with Jack Smith, to know Jack Smith, but to call Jack Smith my friend. So it's my pleasure and my honor to introduce this incredible man, the man of the hour, the man who has played such an important role in this town in the past 25 years. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jack Smith.
This is the fun part of the job. You get to hug all these pretty women and shake the hands of the men, too. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you very much to the mayor and to my peers for this this recognition. I'm humbled by it, and it means a lot. And I want to make sure that you all know that from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. It is a special day, I guess. I'm not that old, contrary to what they say, but I think the mayor kind of hit on a lot of things that are just so important here in Cary, and that is that we are a neighborhood community, and no matter, we got here, my family got here, and they're here today. I see my daughter and my grandkids and my wife. Well, you guys kind of wave, and so that everybody knows who you are. Give them a hand, please. It would be great. They've had to put up with me for so long on the speeches. Thank you. We're a neighborhood, and no matter how big we get, we came here in the mid-'80s, and the census, I think, in 1980 was around 18,000. Kildare Farm Road was still two lanes. The Kildare Farm was still there, the silo was there, and it didn't last much longer after we got here, but through all these years of growing from 18,000 to today 150,000, when you talk to people, it's still, Cary is thought of as a small community, a small neighborhood. And that doesn't happen because of the council, it happens because of all of you. I was at a function this morning with Harold, and he mentioned that 2% of Cary can call themselves original natives. Think about that. We're at 150,000 and only 2%. So we're all from somewhere else. And I think, and that's just international also. We've got over 66 nationalities represented. We even have people from Texas, I understand. So, you know, we've got everywhere covered. Well, go Sooners, that's right, thank you. The photographer's a wise man. And the point is, we come from somewhere else. We came here a little bit like pioneers, came from somewhere else, but we saw that magic spirit of Cary, and we made a commitment, each and every one of us, to keep that magical fabric, weaving of that fabric and keeping us all together. And the support for greenways, the support for parks, that in a down economy, we had the turnout that we did and the overwhelming support for investing in Cary and investing in our parks and greenways is something special. And one of the things I want to say for my council peers, going way back to the Coca Booth years, is as a council, we have always put Cary first. If you think about it over the last, for those of you who have been around a while, you never hear about partisan politics. It's not part of what makes Cary tick. What makes Cary tick is we believe that we are neighborhood friendly. We all value the environment. We value being clean and green. And we have been blessed to be managed in a fiscally responsible way, and that comes from our wonderful staff with Ben Shiver and our town employees. So you all take credit in that. I think if you look to your left and to your right, you would not know what party anyone's from. What you do know is that you're from Cary, or you know people that are from Cary, and that you want to see Cary remain the best place. We get this national and international recognition because of each and every one of you. And again, I applaud all of you. Thank you for your support. Many of you, I look out here, have helped me in campaigns, and I always am amazed that I have the honor and privilege to come back. And I want to thank you for your support through all these years. And this day is not just for me, it is in recognition for all that you do. Thank you very much, and thank you for being here, and God bless. Take care.
Thank you, Jack. We appreciate those comments, and Mayor, also appreciate your comments. Point of privilege as the MC, I'm going to say a little bit more about Jack and what he contributes to the organization. I think the mayor is exactly right, and Jack is exactly right, that when you think about Cary, the councils have always been there for Cary. And Jack exemplifies that as well as anybody, probably better than most. One of the things that I want to point out is that the steadiness of our councils, very different councils, over very many years, has been largely guided or substantially influenced by Jack and his viewpoints. So the look and feel of Cary that you see today, this is a person who has been through many, many years of that, and his guiding hand, his opinions, his influence has helped to shape that. The particular point of privilege, though, that I want to point out is the contribution he makes to me and through me to the staff, because we always rely on the council members from their various backgrounds. They always come from very interesting, very varied backgrounds and experiences, and they can always help out in some of the details of our policy or some of the way that we operate in the town. Now, sometimes I think maybe they think we're going in a different direction than the council wants to go, so we have to calibrate that. But every time we have an opportunity for input from the council, we seek that. And Jack's background in human resources and human relations has been especially important to me. So he's my go-to guy whenever I have issues that sometimes can't be really talked about publicly. I get to talk to Jack about that, and he always gives me some very good advice, some very thoughtful advice on maybe how we handle particular situations, at the same time understanding that it is my job and the rest of the staff's job to manage the organization. So for that, Jack, I want to thank you very much for your contributions. With that said, I'd like to invite our elected officials for our ceremonial first dig over here to my left. Following a few photos, please head over to the sheep, our famous sheep, right to my left as well, for light refreshments and spend some time reviewing design boards for the park and additional construction information. I'd like to, before we do the ceremonial groundbreaking, I'd like to thank everyone again for being here. This is a very, very encouraging, very nice turnout. We're very grateful for that, and hope you all return next fall for an afternoon of family fun at Jack Smith Park. Thank you.
Ben, I'd like to just say one thing. Before we do the groundbreaking, I wanted to just share something. After the announcement of the park, I was privileged to get a lot of cards and letters, and one of my the individual wrote and said, "Here is something where this is so exciting. We come from California, and to see how well you preserve things here, and to just know that I was able to write the person the park was named after." Now, you understand how big my head just got after reading that one, but it was a humbling experience. But the thing, I got a card, and I think many of you may know the person, and it was in my first campaign. I was talking to another candidate running. His name was John Duncan, and John had this lady helping him that she was peculiar, but she was dedicated to Cary, and she didn't even live in Cary. And she since then we've annexed her, so she's in Cary now. So I was just trying to help her. But she's from Hillsdale Forest, which is one of our more older and more traditional areas. And she sent me a card, and in it she had some soil from Hillsdale Forest, and she said, "Would you please, when you have the groundbreaking, add this soil from Hillsdale Forest so that that will always be a part of your park." And I just said, wow, that's kind of neat. And I just wanted to share that. You all may know Martha Dickerson, just a wonderful lady. She's on our aging task force right now. But I wanted you to know that I thought, Martha, I'm listening, and we're going to do it on the groundbreaking. And again, thank you very much. One, two, three. Woo!
Keep standing and smiling.
I know. Oh, Lori Brooker, check.